Alright, here's a video of my 1977 Triumph T140V. Fortunately, I decided to sell this bike. I love it. It's been great. It's really nice, old Triumph. Rebuilt motor. I'll get into all the details. So yeah, I really like it. It was a fun rider and the fun motor build. And it's a really nice, clean, reliable bike. Needs nothing, ready to go. But I picked up another old airhead project and just kind of decided I don't want to store this one for the winter. Kind of running out of room in the garage here, so and I'll get another Triumph, probably an older one at some point, but so yeah, it's a 77 T140V, so it's a 5-speed twin carb, so it's a Bonneville 750, and it has had about 15,000 miles on the original odometer, which was accurate, but the odometer was broken, speedometer unit, the whole unit was broken, and the tach was disconnected. It may have worked, I'm not sure. I didn't, let's see, I still have the pieces of both the original gauges, but I put new reproduction gauges on it. It was cheaper than rebuilding them, and these work great. And they're clearly the older style gauges, but they look nice and work just fine. So yeah, the bike has, I don't know, 16,000 miles on it roughly at this point. And full top end rebuild was done at right around 15. So I had Hall Custom Vintage, I think they're called, in Tennessee, do the work, which was a good recommendation from a friend of mine. It has 20 thou over pistons and machined the cylinders. Let's see, all new gaskets, resealed everywhere. Had had a valve job done, new valves, guides, all that was replaced. You know, new head gasket, everything's been run in and retorqued. Valves are set and new O-rings on the pushrod rockers and plugs and you name it. So everything associated with the top end was done at that time. So it's all sealed up well now, no leaks, runs great. Usually a 1 or 2 kick bike cold. Yeah, very little leaks from this bike. Does drip a little bit of oil when running from the stator grommet here. That'll pool down in the little valley here. Tiny bit, not much, but it does drip. And then this is an oil and frame model, and it will drip. I can get a good shot of it, but it does drip a bit from the oil filter cover down there at the bottom of the frame. So not excessive by any means, but it does drip a bit, but it's an old Triumph, so I feel like that's probably pretty common. The silencers, the original headers, where the crossover tube was not in great shape and didn't come off easily when I pulled the head. So I put a new set of non-crossover headers from Bonneville shop on it. Yeah, you can see I don't love the chrome job on these. It's jetted right, runs great, but the chrome is just not excellent on these, and you can see the crazing and the cracking a bit in the chrome. So no problem there, but I just am not super happy with the exhaust, but it sure sounds good and it looks great. And I put the, I don't know what you call them, the pea shooter style mufflers on it. I guess I like those better than the T140 style, big kind of megaphones. And they're set back, the mufflers are made for a T140 setup, so they're set back enough for the Kickstarter clearance. So it sounds good and they look nice. The only other thing I was going to do is put the pancake filters on it to kind of complete the older look, but I never got around to it, and the original airbox and filter setup certainly looks cool on these. Original paint on this, it's not in the best shape. You can see it's had like some heavy wax job done in the past, and over a few washes I've kind of got this swirling in the paint. I'm sure this could be fixed and corrected, but I'm no paint expert, and the bike is certainly not flawless, so it's not like a doesn't majorly stand out, but I don't want to try and hide any paint issues on the tank. It's certainly not perfect with these swirl marks in it. So, and I could be wrong, and maybe it's not original. I'm no Triumph expert. This is my first old Bonneville that I've done. But looks pretty nice. Badging is good. All the electrical works great. Great charging system. Transmission's excellent. Clutch is excellent. It's had newer clutch in it. I put a Fend timing cover on there. Has electronic ignition. I believe it's the Payson system. Let me open the seat up and we'll see what's under here. So good battery. Running a single dual output coil. I redid a lot of the wiring and fused it, so it's set up a lot nicer now. If it ever needs to be serviced, it's much more reliable. Can't really see it. It's behind the side cover here, but it has a Podtronics, I believe. No, not Podtronics. Timpanium Regulator Rectifier, which is hard to see here, but it's mounted right down here. So good modernized charging system and ignition works well. Great oil pressure. Yeah, engine's really in excellent shape. Some cool stuff on this bike. Motorcycle's been custom tuned for high elevation from Bill Brokaw Motorcycles, which was out of Colorado Springs. I looked that up. So this thing was actually sold out of Colorado Springs, which is really cool. And you can even see up here the sticker that it's been tuned for high elevation. So that's kind of cool. So it was jetted when new for Colorado elevation, which is really nice. It's got new AMO Premier carbs on it. They're brand new, probably a few hundred miles when I bought it, and I've put, I don't know, 1,500 miles on it or something. So they're very new wires, plugs. All the oil line has been replaced. I did all that when I had it apart. So yeah, it's just a really, really excellent riding and running late Bonneville 750. But here, we'll fire it up. So totally cold. I haven't turned the fuel on. Let's see, the fuel line down there has been, I replaced it all with the kind of clear line. I used some braided line I didn't like before, so that's all been done. So anyways, yeah, I haven't run it in a couple weeks. I've been on a motorcycle trip, so this is stone cold. Let's get these flooded. There we go. All right. Key on. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the lights on. All right, so I'm gonna hold this best I can. Kill switch in the run position. All right, here we go. So that's a one kicker, completely cold for the last few weeks. Okay, so there we go. And yeah, it's about to start raining, so I'm not gonna take it on a ride right now. But yeah, excellent rider, good tires, good brakes, clutch, trans, motor, you name it. So yeah, this thing is a really nice old Bonneville 750 that you can ride the crap out of and not have to worry about decreasing any value in it. And it's a hell of a lot of fun. Being a T140V, it's double disc brakes, discs front and rear, so that's great. Stops well. And yeah, that's it. So hope you like it.